Let us probe the silent places. Let us seek what luck betide us. Let us journey to a lonely land I know. There's a whisper on the night wind. There's a star agleam to guide us. And the wild is calling, calling. Let us go. Our day started at 5:30. Although it was drizzling while I packed up my gear inside the tent, we were treated to a nice sunrise when we emerged. Little did we know it would be our last glimpse of sunshine for several days. I had a quick breakfast of Mountain House granola with milk and blueberries. This was the first time I tried it, and I really enjoyed it. I took down my tent and packed up my gear as fast as I could. A short drive brought us to the Slim Lake parking lot. No other cars were there when we first arrived, but soon the other permit holders for the day turned up. I found out that it was a 3-generation group, which included Mike, Mike's son Jason, and Jason's daughter, 5-year-old Nina. I sure wish I'd taken a photo or two of them, especially cute as a button Nina doing her part to portage their gear. The Slim Lake Portage is a great trail, fairly flat and beautiful. It takes you past a quiet beaver pond and a pretty little waterfall. The trail then ends at a gorgeous landing in an idyllic setting. I packed up the canoe, put on the all-important PFD or life jacket, shoved off, and took my first few paddle strokes for my first trip in the Boundary Waters of 2018. It felt incredible to be in the wilderness once again. Sam, good to be in the Boundary Waters again. Good to be back in the Boundary Waters again. I think so. About 10:30. Light rain, light drizzle. With light rain falling, I decided to check out the northernmost campsite on Slim Lake. I thought I remembered it from last year as being a decent campsite. I was wrong. The only good thing about it was the landing. I decided to move on to Rice Lake. The 75-rod portage from Slim to Rice Lake is both beautiful and challenging. First of all, there's the rocky and very difficult landing and beach. Then there are the 2 rocky stream crossings. I decided to triple portage. I didn't want to navigate across all those rocks with both a canoe and a pack on my shoulders. Well, Sam, we're on Rice Lake now, a little away from the portage. And let's see, it's 11:45. It didn't take long to paddle from the portage to the campsite, and it was unoccupied. Not surprising considering the lack of cars in the parking lot. If nothing else, we'd have lunch here. It was time to check it out. Well, Sam, let's check this campsite out. Not the best of landings, that's for sure. Although I've had a lot worse. Bit of a climb up to the top, to the campsite. Kitchen area, lots of wood already stacked here. Let me show you that. Oh, kinds of wood. Nice tent pad here. A little bit further back from the water than I would have liked, but can't complain. And then I'll have to figure out where to put my tarp. Probably between this tree and that tree there, which is actually a little bit bigger than what it maybe looks. Or if not that tree, there's a couple over to the left here that might work. We'll have to see what happens. What do you think, Sam? I love the rock that the fireplace is up against. With rain in the forecast for the afternoon, the first order of business was to get the tarp set up as quickly as possible. Well, Sam, now that I have the tarp up, all set in case it starts raining. Now I can take some time out, get my shoes changed. And get some lunch. Oh, heaven. Oh, that feels like heaven. So nice. So very nice. I don't know whether to take my socks off or not. I might put dry ones on a little bit later. What do you think, Sam? Huh? We stay here for a couple of nights? Yeah? Only campsite on the lake. We're gonna have it all to ourselves. I know that. There might be people passing through. But even that, I doubt. I doubt seriously that there'll be anybody passing through. I didn't see any more permits for Slim Lake until Friday. And from last year, I get the strong impression that most people, especially that come in here this time of year, stay right there on Slim. Don't go any further. As long as there's campsites open. Anyway, on Friday, I'm planning on continuing on over to Hook Lake anyway. So, spend a couple of nights here. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain. So we can hold up here. Saturday is supposed to be nice. We can move on. Of course today it was supposed to rain too. Got a few sprinkles. So far, touch wood, no rain. This is nice. This is so very nice. Nice view of the lake from up here. Birds singing, but nothing much anything else going on. Ah, yes. Heaven. officially in camp now. So the tarp's up. I've had lunch. Time for some Sammy time before putting the tent up. Got a little bit of drizzle going on. Not much. Just starts getting up to where I'm thinking I need to move under the tarp. And then it lets up again. So that's okay. That's okay. I don't need a downpour. You may still get one, but I don't need one. Anyway, I did kind of put things away a little bit and hauled the canoe up out of the water. Stuff like that. So if it does start raining, there's not a lot I have to do other than just get us under the tarp. But for now, a little bit of Sammy time. And like I said, eventually I gotta get the tent set up too. Well, Sam, here's what we did. Started out from Fensky Lake, where we camped overnight. Drove up the Echo Trail a little ways, down across, I think that's called North Arm Road or something like that. Over to here. There's actually a parking lot in here. It's not a portage all the way from the road. And it says 140 on here, but it's definitely a lot less than that. Did that pretty little portage into Slim Lake. Paddled up along here. Checked out this campsite here. Turned out to be a lot worse than what I expected it. Or I remembered it, let's put it that way. Thought it was a lot nicer campsite. And it was only 10:30 in the morning, so I decided to go ahead and do the 75 rock portage. Triple portaged it because I was concerned there's one stream crossing going across on rocks. I wasn't sure I could handle the pack and the canoe at the same time, so I triple portaged that. Came around, and this is the campsite that we set up on, right there, on Rice Lake. And Sammy time continues underneath the tarp. Still not raining hard, but it's the kind of rain that is real persistent, and you think it's not real bad, and then suddenly you find out that you're getting drenched, because it just continues and continues and continues. So hopefully it'll ease up some point in time so I can get the tent set up. But until then, staying nice and dry underneath the tarp with Sam. So I'm starting to be very glad I stopped here and didn't try push on for Crooked Hook Lake. I keep wanting to call it Crooked Lake. Hook Lake. I had to stop for lunch anyway. I forgot to make one this morning to eat on the trail. So getting here right around noon was perfect timing. Normally I would filter all my drinking water, but for cooking I'd use water straight out of the lake. However, there was a thick layer of pollen, pine pollen, and other debris on the lakes, even in the middle, so I decided on this trip to filter my cooking water as well. This meant a lot more filtering, but that was okay. Dinner for this evening, the first one of the trip, was of course Mountain House beef stroganoff. Good as always. Good as always. In case you were wondering, yes, I did manage to finish most of that 2.5 serving package. Although, I will admit, Sammy got a couple of spoons full of it as well. Hey, Sam. Interesting Sammy time. You've been wanting to go to bed since about 5 o'clock tonight, haven't you? It's wet and miserable out here. You want to be nice and warm and dry. Although you're not cold. You're not cold, you're just wet. Yeah. You know it's only 8:30, don't you, Sam? 8:30. I need to go to bed a little bit after 10 o'clock. Got a bunch of stuff I need to take into the camp with me. Oh, I love that I can leave that rain fly open like that. And because of that flagpole across the top, I don't get rain inside. It's a little bit easier to go in and out. Oh boy, it's been a wet day. A wet day. Thankfully, most of the rain held off until after we got here. And after I got the tarp set up. It has been just getting wetter and wetter. This is not cold and wet. Just wet. Warm and wet. Yeah. Glad to be out back in the cloudy waters anyway, even if it is a wet day. Yeah, I think it's time. The time has come. The Walter said. To speak of many things. Da-da-da-da-da-da, and cabbages and things. I think I remember what the da-da-da-da-da-da is. I knew it one time. It's going to be nice sleeping tonight. I'm just waiting for the rhythm of the falling rain. A little bit silent in the tent. And there's no wind. The lightning. It's not coming down real hard. Pitter patter. Pitter patter, pitter patter. Always sounds so nice. Yeah. Always sounds so nice. Well, I think it's dying. It's dying. Good night, everybody. As I lay in the tent, listening to the rain, I couldn't help but think of the group on Slim Lake, and especially little Nina. Had she enjoyed her first day in the Boundary Waters despite the rain? Was she fast asleep, all snug in her sleeping bag, or wide awake, listening to the noises around her? I hope someday I'll know. I also hope this is just the first of many more wilderness days for her. Good night, little Nina. Good night to all. Safe travels.